Hello students, very good morning. I hope you all doing good. I just want to know how many of you like to hear stories? Okay, I hope everyone like to hear stories, right? Yes, of course today we are going to see one interesting story which contains like lots of adventures and magical elements and supernatural phenomena as well. Okay, and the title of the story is SINDBAD, My First Voyage. It is a supplementary from your portion. So we will directly move on to the lesson now. And before going to the story, I have given a few details about the story. Okay, we need to know something about the story in order to get a complete meaning of it. Okay, yes, I have listed out the character which we are going to see in this story. Okay, and I have split it into two portions. One is a major character and another one is some minor characters. Yes, okay. The major characters are playing important roles in this story, and the minor characters will be seen here and there. Okay. Yes, and we will go on to the characters' names now. And the first character is Sindbad the sailor. Second character Sindbad the poor porter. Third character King Merchant. The fourth character Captain. And the minor characters are water animals. Second character Sindbad's father. Third character crew members. Fourth character slaves in the caves. Let's see again. Sindbad the sailor, Sindbad the poor porter, King Merchant, Captain, water animals, Sindbad's father, crew members and slaves in the cave. Yes. And then we can move on to the glossaries. We will see a few words and its meanings before go on to the stories. So you will be getting a complete meaning of the story without any misinterpretations. Okay? Yes. The meaning of the word phenomena is events. Phenomena, events. Trembling, shaking. Trembling, shaking. Terrified, frightened. Terrified, frightened. Tossed, thrown about. Tossed, thrown about. Quenched, satisfied by drinking. Quenched, satisfied by drinking. Poured out, expressed freely. Poured out, expressed freely. Hardship, severe sufferings. Hardship, severe sufferings. Witnessed, observed. Witnessed, observed. And I have given a meaning in Tamil as well. If you want, you can check that as well. It was present in the right corner. Okay. Yes. And we are going to see some notes about the story, hero of the story. Okay. The hero of the story is a Sindbad the sailor. And he is a fictional mariner and the hero of the story cycle of Middle Eastern origin. There is a story cycle in the Middle Eastern origin. He is considered as a central character or as a hero of the story. Okay. And he is described as a man from the Baghdad during the early Abbasid Caliphate. He is from the town name called Baghdad during the time period of Abbasid Caliphate, that is mentioned or specified as 8th and 9th century. Okay. In the course of 7 voyages throughout the seas of East of Africa and South of Asia, he has fantastic adventures in the magical realm, encountering monsters and witnessing supernatural phenomena. In this passage, it was mentioned as, actually we got a first voyage as our portion, right? But actually there is 7 voyages totally which was taken by Sindbad. Okay, and he was covered throughout the East of Africa and South of Asia oceans. Okay, and there is so many magical realms and so many monsters and supernatural phenomena as well in the story. Okay, we will directly move on to the story now, and the story is the plot will be like this. Our hero, that is a rich Sindbad, explains his first voyage experience to the poor porter who he met in the port. Okay, The porter means the person who carries the luggage from place to another place. Okay, we can find these kind of people in the railway stations or in the bus stands, even nowadays also. Okay, in few places like a few cities we can find these porters. Okay, yes. The Sindbad starting his story or else experience from this father's description. He is given some description about his father. His father was a rich merchant who left behind a big wealth for him after his death. Okay, and Sindbad is an inexperienced and thoughtless youth. He was very little when his father was died, so he don't have any experience how to earn money. So he spent all his money and wealth foolishly, and he came to his sense only after every amount, like every money was spent. Okay, yes, and then he decided to sail for the Persian Gulf with some goods along with a few crew members in order to earn money. Okay, he decided to sail from one place to another place. And one day what happened is, when they were on the ship, when they were on the boat, they saw a beautiful small island which is which they can see near from their ship. So they decided to stop the ship over there to just to have some fun. They all got down on that green patch, and they were very tired, so they want some food. So they decided to cook some food over there. Okay, and they once after they lit the fire in that place, the entire island was trembling. It was like shaking. And he and his crew member found that it is not actually an island, it is the back of a huge animal. He was terrified along with his crew member, and everyone started to jump into the sea to save their lives. Most of them were boarded the ship, but few were not able to boarded the ship on time. And our hero, that is Sindbad the sailor, was one among them, the unfortunate people. He is unable to board the ship on time. And we will see what happened to Sindbad. And he was afraid. He was not able to manage in that tossing waves. Somehow, fortunately, caught held on the big piece of wood which was floating near him. He held on to that big piece of wood, and he was tossed by the powerful sea waves. He was tossed here and there. Tossed means thrown about. He was thrown about here and there. You are unable to stay in one place. It is unstable. Okay, and he was very tired and extremely hungry. And after few hours, he was landed into a strange island. The wood was landed in the strange island. His limb was become stiff. He is unable to move from one place to another place. But he want to survive, right? So he managed to move from that place, and he searched for some food in that strange island. He found nothing except few herbs, but he want to eat something, so he ate some herbs from that place, and quenched his thirst from the spring on the island. Quenched means satisfied by drinking water. Okay, he met a man in that island, in that strange island. He met a man, and he started to inquire about Sindbad, where he is from and who is he. Okay, and he poured out his misfortune story to that strange man. Okay, and that man, who listening to the story of Sindbad, was felt pity on him, and he took him inside the cave. There were a number of men present inside that cave, and he found that they were all slaves of the king of that island. Okay, those men were kind towards our hero Sindbad, and they served good food and drink and treated him so well. And after a few hours, they produced him in front of the king. The king name is Merchant. Yes, that's right. We have learned this name in the characters, right? The king name is Merchant, and the king was a noble and kind person. He sympathized by listening the story of Sindbad, and appointed him as officer on the spot in that island. And after some days, he became friend. he made so many friends in that island, and he witnessed a number of remarkable sights in that sea coast. And huge and terrible fishes, and few were 100 times bigger than the largest ship. Imagine the ship itself, it is very big, right? Ship in the sense it is bigger than the boat. And he mentioned that the fishes are 100 times bigger than the ships. In that case, imagine how big it would be, right? Yes. Once he seen a fish that had a head like a bull. It is unimaginable, right? The fish had a head like a bull. Every day, he would ask the visiting sailor, since he is working in the sea coast, he will encounter a new visitors of that island, okay? He keep on asking about his hometown Baghdad, but he never satisfied with the answer of the new visitors, because everyone replied that they don't know the place, and he longed to go back to his hometown. One day, a ship was approaching that sea coast, where our hero of the story, that is SINDBAD, was located right now. And he seen a ship which is approaching him, and it seems very familiar to him. And after some time, he found that it is the same ship which was left or as leaving him behind in that in that night, suffering night, which was left him on the sea itself, right? Yeah, the same ship was approached the island. The captain was greatly surprised to find him alive. They all thought that SINDBAD the sailor was died, but they were very happy to see him alive. He and the crew members hugged him with happiness. The captain handed over the goods which he left behind in that ship. And our SINDBAD was found, or else chose some few valuable gifts for the king in that goods. And he met king, and he handed over the gifts to the king as a thanksgiving for his kindness towards him. And in return, king is also given some gift to SINDBAD. And the ship was stayed on that island for few days. After some days, it is about to leave, right? So when it is about to leave, he went back to the king in order to thank him for his kindness and helping mind towards him. And the king again given him a valuable farewell gifts. Finally, he returned back to Baghdad as a rich man. And here we are come to the conclusion of the story. SINDBAD completed the tale of his first voyage. The poor porter who is listening to the tale was listening to the amazing tale of SINDBAD with all wonders, as you do. Okay, SINDBAD the sailor then said goodbye to the poor porter, but before leaving, he presented SINDBAD the poor porter a bag full of coins, gold coin, and asked him to come to the next day to hear the tale of his new voyage. And the poor porter thanked the rich host and went back to home. I hope you all like the story, right? Thank you so much, students. Have a great day.